privilege to be here. I never expect. I talk personally. I'm not in behalf of the players, but never expect when I start my career to play not even one final Champions League, and now look, it's another one. We are here. It's more than grateful. The lucky all of us we are, and yeah, I know exactly what I'm going to tell them, and I don't want to bother them much and express ourselves as much as possible. This is going to have to do, and and the guy who'll be anxious and nervous, I'm going to tell them it's normal. You have to deal with that. It's not bad. It would happen. And the guys are more calm, more relaxed. It's good as well. So everyone is going to handle the best way and try to go out there and try to play a game.
Thank you. Next we go to Martin Samuel.
Hello, Pep. Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
All right. So generally, the finals are very tense games with a certain of fear of losing in there. Do you think that a Champions League final is just about winning, or you can salir y disfrutar?
Everyone won't win, but to win you have to play. And sometimes you want to play in one way, and the football and the opponent in the final dictate another one. You have to adapt the circumstances. So I don't know. Some players, this is individual. Some players go out there and are more pressure, more tension, more bigger scenarios, more, final champions it is, better plays, and the other ones, they have a struggle, but they had to handle this. So the guys who want to enjoy good, and the guys who wanted to suffer. So I'm pretty sure we have to suffer to win the finals. It's not, go out there and enjoy. So it's words, it's nice, but sometimes it's not possible. So sometimes most of the times in the finals, you have to suffer. You have to be resilient. You have to adjust the bad moments the game is going to happen. And at the end, to try to be ourselves and try to be ourselves and do a good game.
Thank you. That question was from Arthur Quexada. Next, we go to Martin Samuel. Hi, Martin.
Hi, Pep. When you first came to Manchester City, I think people had a set idea of how long you would stay there and how long you worked at clubs. And it's 5 years now, and you're still here and you're in a Champions League final. What is it about this club in particular that has made you stay longer, do a longer shift at Manchester City than you've been with other clubs?
He gives to the manager everything what he needs. Of course, investment, so I cannot deny, and everybody knows it, but not just that. So I have friends in the hierarchy above me, and the players have the feeling that I'm the manager because they feel I've been supportive since the chairman, from the CEO, from the sport director, for all the people. And most importantly, a part of the players that for sure it's good, but also there are 5-6 teams in England or in Spain, in many countries that they are top players as well. I feel comfortable with my staff, my backroom staff. I have everything. I cannot ask more to do my job as best I can do. So it's simple as that. It's no more complicated. So we are in the same line. We take the decisions together. The mistakes, we share the mistakes all together. The good things, we share it all together. And this is the point. So when we lose, they don't tell me you are the responsible because you lose. So, okay, let's go to try the solution when can do better. That is this club in right moment. Knowing as a manager, if I don't win, they are going to fire me. But they are going to fire me in good friendship. So in the terms, okay, I cannot do better. The best way is, say bye. But this is the way we work here, and that's why I extend a little bit here the contract 2 more years, and after 2 more years. For that reason, I feel incredible, comfortable working, not just with the players that it is, so at all the departments in the club, in the media department, in all the positions. I'm comfortable, and that's why I decide to stay longer. So after the results, we'll decide if I can stay longer and longer, or we'll say it's enough. So shake hands, good friends forever, and move forward.
thank you, Martin. Dom Farrell.
Hi, Pep.
Hi.
Hi. You mentioned about having to suffer in finals just then. Thinking about the Dortmund and PSG games, were those games the best your team has suffered and succeeded in Europe, or does that give you good preparation for tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely. But it's a final. That doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow. So what happened in the past in Dortmund PSG, both games we suffer, because I don't forget the first half against Dortmund, the first half in Paris, the first half against Paris in Manchester. So we suffer. The opening was better. But in the moment we stick together, we were in the game, and after the momentum, because tomorrow will be momentums. We will not have 90 minutes for one side and completely dominate and momentum. So the moment we're going to suffer, stick together, and the moments we're going to, to do it or have momentum, try to use it. So only I can say I'm more than grateful, and I'm the happiest man in the world right now to be in here. So it's a privilege, it's an honor, and we're going to try to do our best and make a good. I would say advertising for the football. And the best way is playing a good game, be honest with ourselves, and try to win the game.
Okay, guys, last couple of questions, please. We'll go to Duarte Montero.
Hi, Pep. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Wonderful. You talked before about the players that are more nervous, the ones are more calm. I wanted to ask you, as a Portuguese, in which category the three Portuguese players fit? Are they the more chilled one right now, especially because they are playing at home? No?
No. I don't know what they're going to feel tomorrow, but knowing a little bit Joao, Ruben, and Bernardo, I think they are so incredible, positive. And I work in my career as a football player and as a manager. I've been in contact, been teammate or been his manager for many Portuguese players. And I was incredibly comfortable with all of them. I remember Luis Figo, Fernando Couto, Victor Bahia as a football player, but of course as a manager. I think they have a special mentality. They are so huge competitors. Maybe because we are Latin, both of us, so we mix perfectly. I love this country. When I've been in Lisbon a few times, the food in Algarve, when I was invited from Figo years ago. So I'm really comfortable with the Portuguese people, and especially this season with Ruben, Joao, and Bernardo. All of them, they are fantastic human beings, and I'm pretty sure tomorrow they will be ready to fight and do a good game to win the title.
Last question for Pep will be from Andrew Dunn, and we'll then go and fetch players for their second part of the press conference.
Hi, Pep. I don't know whether you have, but I assume you've told your players the team for tomorrow night. And if you have, and when you do, how difficult is it for some players who've been extremely important to you over these years, who might not get to play in this final tomorrow night? You probably guess the names I'm thinking of. Maybe Raheem doesn't make it. I mean, how difficult is it for those players who've been really important to you, who might not play in Manchester City's biggest game?
Terrible. It's absolutely disaster. I advise you don't be a manager in your life. In your life, you have a head. So it's not. I don't have any nice words to feel relief about the guys, like you have said before. They're going to play, but my advice is to stick with the team, because there are 5-6 substitutions here, and everybody will be part. And life is always give you another chance, and work harder for them. Maybe next time you will be there, but it's nothing else can add. I just feel incredible sorry for all of them for don't play, because deserve it, all of them. But it's what it is. I have to be honest myself. The way you're going to play, I know them, and the selection I'm going to do is for win the game. No alternative.
Okay, thank you, everyone. We'll be back shortly with the players. Hello guys, same drill as with Pep, please. All the questions and answers will be in English. If you could use the raise hand function. I'm going to start, please, with Jamie Jackson. Hi, Jamie.
Kevin?
Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, Kevin. It's Jamie Jackson from The Guardian. Wayne Rooney just spoke the other day about when he played and won the Champions League final for Manchester United against Chelsea, I think 2008. And he was quite honest about it. He said, actually, the important thing for me was to sort of control the fear of losing, almost as if that was a motivation for him to sort of use that, you know, as a way of, making sure that he contributed to United winning. Is that something that you do as a player? Can you be honest about that? Is it the fear of losing more that drives the actual sort of winning?
I guess I understand where he's coming from. Obviously, we're all competitors and we all want to win. But I think we as players understand the magnitude of the game of tomorrow. You know, if you win, you're a hero. If you lose, you're almost a failure. Even if you're not a failure, but because coming to this stage is incredibly well done by the team and as an individual. But, you know, if you don't win it, it will be, something that you don't really want to experience, but that happens.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Next we go to Gideon Brooks.
Hi, Kevin.
Hello.
Hi. To those of us looking from the outside, Pep has seemed incredibly relaxed this season, and certainly going into the latter stages of the Champions League more relaxed than he has been in the past. Have you noticed that as players, and what would you attribute that to?
Well, I guess the whole season we've done less tactical trainings, less meetings. I would think that it will come from a point where we had so many games after each other, where maybe it would be like becoming too much for the team and maybe for himself. So I think he let the team, he gave us a little bit more breathing space, I would say, and in the end maybe that's something where he saw that it was working and where the team was responding really well to it. So I guess that's why I think everybody feels a little bit relaxed about the situation.
Thank you, Gideon. John Murray.
Kevin, very, very simply, could you just put it into words what it means for you and the rest of your teammates and the club to be at this point, the day before a Champions League final, and particularly as well at the end of this season that has been the season that it's been?
Well, obviously it's been one of the goals of the club, and it's one of the goals of the players. You know, to being able to be there in the game tomorrow and to perform for the highest stage in the world is something of a privilege. And I think everybody understands, you know, the pressure that it has. But at least we can be enjoying this game, so we should take it with a smile and you know, take it as something where you wanna perform and show your best.
Thank you, John. Stuart Brennan. You're muted, Stuart. Bear with me 1 second. Try again.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi.
Hear me now?
Yeah.
Hi. You said after the Lyon game last year, it was a different year, same stuff. Obviously, this is a different year, different stuff. What has been different with this team this year, do you think, that has made you take that extra step?
We made less mistakes. I think the identity of the team is the same, but I think in you know, the difficult moments we didn't make too many mistakes, and I think in the other year, especially in these type of games, we made one mistake too many, where, you know, against these teams they react to it with scoring a goal or going ahead, and we weren't able to come back. And this year, I think every time we were in a bad moment, for instance against Gladbach, Dortmund and PSG, we didn't concede the goals that maybe we would have the last few years. So I think that's the difference in this small moment.
Thank you, Stuart. Arthur Quezada.
Yes. Hi, Kevin.
Hello.
Many point you as a potential candidate to be the best in the world this season. Do you think that the result of the Champions League final could be decisive for that, not just for you, but for the players that are playing this game?
Well, it's gonna decide that anyway. But I think we as a player don't have any influence in this. And you know, sometimes you can play a brilliant game and you can be on the losing end, and that happens sometimes. But you know, to be in these types of individual awards, you need to win things, and in the end, is other people who decide. So I'm happy with the person that I am as a player and as a person. So I feel comfortable either way that it goes for me.
Okay, thank you. The final question we'll take from Pedro Afonso.
Hi, Kevin. What kind of team would Manchester City be without the Portuguese players, without Ruben, without Bernardo, and without João? How important are they for you?
Well, they're important like every other player. I think they've been brilliant from the moment they came here. Obviously, I've played with Bernardo for about 4 years, and we've won many things together, and he's been brilliant. But the same as we said with Joao and Ruben. You know, I think Ruben had a massive influence this year defensively. And Joao, I think last year had maybe some struggles, but this year he played very good when he was playing. So they are helping us achieve this level that we need to have as a team, and they are pushing other players to be better. And that's what a team is all about.
Okay, thank you, everyone. We'll be back with Fernandinho shortly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Beth.
No problem.
Again, guys, if you could please use the raise hand function on the Interpretify system. Just going to start then with Stuart Brennan. Stuart, I'm just promoting you. Okay, fire away.
Hi, Fernan.
Hi, Stuart. You okay?
Okay, mate. Okay. Phil Foden's played a big part in getting you as far as you have in this competition. Does it surprise you that he has become a player who wins big matches so quickly? At the start of the season, he wasn't guaranteed he wasn't getting in the team regularly. Does it surprise you that just how quickly he has progressed this season?
Well, me personally, no surprise at all, because Foden, Phil, he's training with us, working with us about almost 5 years already. So he grew up so much, and the quality he has is hard to find in other players. And then the desire he has to play good football and to keep the ball and to score goals, made an assist, and it's incredible. So of course, he grew up so much in this competition this season, especially getting more minutes playing, and it's important for every player. And obviously, when you start the season, nobody knows what can happen at the end of the season. But he kept it, really down, his foot on the ground, and I think that's one of the reasons he is the level he is now. So became a very important player for us, for this team, and I hope he can keep going the same way for the future as well.
Thank you, Stuart. If I could remind you guys to use the raise hand function if you have a question. We only have a couple waiting. I'm going to start next with Pedro Afonso. Pedro.
Hi, Fernandinho. If you choose a word to describe the Portuguese players, which word would you choose?
The Portuguese players?
Yeah, the three of them.
I think they are all of them. They are very competitors, So none of them they don't like to lose, and they really like to play good football and to fight hard for the team. And all of them, they are really competitors. Of course, each one have your own way to to fight and to show how competitive they are. And I think this is important because you got Ruben, Cancelo, Bernardo, all of them, they have different skills, and this helps the team because we can get the best out of the best, all of them. So I can say all of them, they are really competitors.
Thank you, Pedro. John Murray.
Just to follow up on Phil Foden, just give us a little bit of an insight into how you've seen him change over the course of the years that you've been with him, in terms of his character and his approach to the game.
Obviously now, well, he's turning 21 now, become older, and I think he changed his understanding of the game, especially to play for City. You need to understand a little bit more how this team works, how this team plays. You have to understand your teammate, the movements they do inside the pitch, what time you have to pass the ball, what time you have to drive the ball. So this kind of understanding, he learned so much in the past years, and I think that's one of the reasons as well he become one of the most important players in the squad.
Thank you, John. Ian Ladyman.
Hi there. The league position tells us that you are almost 20 points superior to Chelsea. Does that give you confidence ahead of a game like this, or would that be too dangerous to think that way?
I think it's a different competition and different game, another history. Every game has your own history, so you don't have to think about that. So the Premier League has gone already. We celebrate, and tomorrow is going to be a different game against tough team, top side, top players. And I wish and I hope we can be very well prepared for that game and to play good football and to get the result.
Thank you, Ian. Simon Evans.
Pep was just saying earlier on that how difficult it is to tell players, probably 11 of them, that they're not going to be playing in the starting lineup. What's that get handled like at City? How are the players dealing with something like that? And you as a leader in the team, do you have a role there to go around to whoever it is who's unfortunately not going to start and make sure they have the right frame of mind, or is that not necessary?
Yeah, that's right. It's not an easy job to Pep, to tell the starting 11, the meeting before the game. But that's a part of the game. So that point now, playing a final, I think everyone will be important because you never know what can happen. Any player can come in any time of the game, and the player have to be ready. So of course my role is just to tell them, be ready, whatever you be needed. And this is important, because everyone was important in the process, in the Champions League, in the games we won. Everyone was involved, and now in the final won't be different. So my message for the players is still the same. Be ready because you are important, and you never know when you can be needed.
Thank you, Simon. Last couple of questions. We'll go first to Dom Farrell.
Hi, Fernandinho. If you win tomorrow, you will be the first Brazilian to win the Champions League as a captain. Would that be particularly a proud moment for you, given all the players from your country who've been so superb in this competition?
Well, obviously, I think to win the Champions League is a big accomplishment, and for sure, as a Brazilian, to have the opportunity to win and to lift the trophy is a proud moment for everyone. But I hope you can do well during the game, play good, and after to enjoy this moment. but for sure it's gonna be one of the proudest moment of my life.
Thank you, Dom. Final question we'll take from Martin Einstein, ESPN. Sorry, Martin. Sorry, you
in English. Pep was talking about that the team learned to suffer, the resilience, and that there will be suffering in the game. Talking about from the point of view of the pressure, what gives you more pressure as a player to not having, I mean, all the expectations that are there from the owners and the directors to lift the trophy for the first time, the pressure of being, you know, very well and playing to a side that you know very well. What is the point that you think you will try to manage from the pressure suffer point of view?
I think obviously this season, especially in the Champions League, you know, knockout games, we showed how capable we were during the course. Because playing Dortmund away when you concede first, PSG away conceding first, and after turn around, you know, keep playing the same way. I think was one of the keys for this team, you know, to reach the final. And obviously it's a final. Everyone is talking about that. Most of the people in the road is gonna watch the final, this game. It's important now to handle the pressure, you know. This moment, try to be relaxed as much as we can, just to think about the game, just to think about the job you have to do. Try to do the same thing you have done so far this season. Don't change nothing. Try to keep your principles, your basics. Try to play simple football. And I think that's the best way, you know, to prepare the final, to handle the pressure, and to play good football, and of course to win the game. So my message is that don't change nothing, keep going the same way, and just try to be relaxed as much as we can.
Okay, thank you everybody.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the press conference for the final. First point to note is that all of the questions today will be in English, and all of Pep's answers will be in English. If I could ask you, please, to use the raise hand function on the Interprefy system so that we know where we're going with the questions. If you could do that now, if you're going to have a question, please, I'd appreciate it. I'm going to start with Ian Ladyman.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi. The last final between two English teams a couple of years ago was quite a disappointing game. It was a slow game. Both teams struggled to reach the levels that they had shown previously in the Premier League, Liverpool and Tottenham. How big a challenge is it for you this week to make sure that your players don't drop off mentally or physically now that the Premier League season has finished it ahead of what is obviously a huge game?
I don't know what happened against Tottenham Liverpool 10 years ago, so we're going to try to do our best game as possible, to do what we have been this time together many years. So, and tomorrow, yeah, finish one period in the terms you won. When you achieve the final of the Champions League, it's like you finish a part of your process when you start 4 or 5 years ago. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it will be a good game. Hopefully it can happen. And the team who deserves to win is going to win.
Thank you, Ian. Next we'll go to John Murray from Radio 5 Live.
Hi, Pep.
Hi.
Just wondering, obviously with a match like this, there is the possibility of it going to a penalty shootout, and penalties have been a little bit of an issue over the last couple of seasons with you. Can you give us an idea of what you've done to prepare for the possibility of that, both physically and mentally, perhaps?
Listen, we can train the penalties, but you cannot reply the momentum. You cannot reply the tension when it happen in the real moment. So when we'll, just in case we arrive to the penalty shooting, I will talk to the players. I will know exactly what I'm going to tell them to be sure that it's going to take a good penalty and try to do it. But I had a few things to think about it. About the game more than the penalty shooting.
Thank you, John. Matt Dickinson next, please.
Hi, Pep. I just wanted to ask, it's 10 years to the day since the Wembley final, your last final, which many people regard as maybe the defining victory of and performance of your career. I just wanted your outstanding memory of that occasion and what it would take to top it, and do you remember it as that defining match?
Yeah, of course I remember. So this type of games, especially the performance, the preparation that we had, and especially the way. So against Man United, so one of the greatest teams ever. So in that period with Sir Alex, and especially the way we played in a fantastic stadium in Wembley. And of course, you have a good memories of that. But when you said 10 years already, so a long time ago. So, but yeah, it was nice. It was nice to remember, especially what we lived together with the guys that period, and before and after the game, the feelings that we had. And of course, in that final, we express really, really well what we work in that period together 4 years in Barcelona.
Thank you. Next we go to Martin Einstein from ESPN.
Hola, Pep.
Hola.
¿Cómo estás?